Hello everyone, welcome to Preston Educational Academy. Let's begin with today's video. It's about organizational behavior. Organizational behavior. Now in this video we are going to learn about what is organizational behavior, what are its characteristics and features, and what is the exact definition of organizational behavior. So let's begin now. Let's look at the definition of organizational behavior. Now, here are the nature and features of organizational behavior. The first would be multidisciplinary study. Here, the subject has borrowed concepts and theories from the other fields like psychology, sociology, political science, anthropology, economics, and technology. Now, let's see what is psychology. Organizational behavior is not just particular one subject. It has borrowed and it has took theories from all other fields. Now in what sense? What is psychology? How is the human being reacted, or what is his action for a particular reaction? All those things we study in psychology. So it has taken few theories from there. And next is sociology. How are we with everybody around us is considered as sociology. Political science. Here, political science refers to power. Now we have different levels of management. What power does a top management has on its lower levels in an organization? Now this theory is taken from political science. Next comes the anthropology, which is the study of society. Now there are few certain terms and conditions which are restricted when it comes to a particular society. Like in those societies we might have few conditions which imply, so an organization also has to take care of such things. That is anthropology. And next come the economics and technology. When it comes to this is being changed from time to time, and it's important for an organization to make these changes as and when required. Now the next feature of organizational behavior would be system approach. What is the system approach exactly? Like it follows a proper structure. There are different levels of management. There are different tasks being performed. Every person is having his own authority, his own work to do. Now this is a complete system which goes according to the rules and regulations of the framework. So the system approach is defined as: the system approach provides a valuable framework for understanding how elements of any organization interact with one another. For example, these elements would be considered as people. Now these people are adopting various kinds of technologies, and they have given their particular own task which are to be performed. And then comes the structure, that is the different levels of management over here. And then comes the coordinating. Now how are these different levels of management coordinating with each other? If they coordinate in a good way, they are coordinating good, it gives more number of turnovers or more amount of turnover to that company, or it provides good sales or good profits. But if there is no coordination in the company, that would lead to the downfall of the organization. So similarly, all these things should be internally supportive with each other and should coordinate in a particular system. Now that is the system approach of organizational behavior. Now next comes a science as well as art. Organizational behavior is considered as both science and art, because when it comes to science, it has a lot of theories and concepts which are being taken and judged, and then they are implemented. So it's particularly a science where we have a lot of theories. And when it comes to art, every theory has its own way of implementation, and there are changes that has to be made from time to time. Now every organization will not have the same kind of changes that are to be made. So what we do, we make these changes based on the organization, based on what place they are located, and we make them as time to time, as and when needed. These changes are only made when they are needed. So organizational behavior is considered both science and art. Now let's look to the next feature of the organizational behavior, that is contingency approach. A contingency approach is organizational behavior implies that different situations require different behavioral practice follow instead of following the traditional approach. Now here I would say technology is improving day by day. We have lot of modern technologies which are being implemented day by day. We see changes every day, every month, every year. It is not the same how it used to be. For example, we do have schools and education system. Before it was all offline before the COVID, but now it's turning to be online. So this is the drastic major change which education system has faced. Now how are they dealing with it? These changes has to be made has and when required. That practice should be followed. If I am practicing the traditional approach of teaching, that would lead me to teach offline, which might not be more considerable. But when I move to the new modern practices, it leads to more approaches. So it's a contingent approach, when has and when these required practices has to be changed instead of following the old traditional method. Now next comes the human resource approach. What is human resource approach? Is it is concerned with growth and development of the people. Here people are the main resource of the organization. It is the main influence of the organization. Now these people need to have their creativity, they need to have their satisfaction, fulfillment, and their competency. These things should be motivated from time to time, as they are the main resource of the organization. Now these are the five features of organizational behavior for today. Now, we'll be connected for the further more information on it. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe Pastern Educational Academy.